Okay guys, with this one I see just like 11 screws that need to be removed. They're probably going to all be the same size, but if not, guys, separate them and remember where you got them from because you may be using them again. So guys, I'm using the Stanley kit, which has various size screwdrivers in it. I'm not sure if this one takes Phillips heads or flats. I think from the surface, from what I can see, they're Phillips head screws. Yeah, I think so. So that's what we're gonna use. So yeah, we'll just take those, we'll just take them out. Usually they're not that hard to come out, guys. They come out relatively easy. So I only had one that was longer than the other ones come out of the front of the hole right here. So, and I've got some of them still they're stuck, but they're out. So once I pull it apart, they'll come out. Okay guys, it looks like I missed a couple. They're in the buttstock, so I think there's only two. I think there's only two. Okay guys, before I pull this thing apart, a couple of things. You got to remember when you pull this thing apart, even though you may have designed certain aspects of it, things will change as you begin to do the build. You don't want to tear up anything or break anything because you want to, you like to keep the integrity of what it's going to look like in the end, and try to keep all the parts where they are. But there'll be parts inside here that we will not use and we'll get rid of, and then there's some parts in here that will help to keep the pistol in place. So, depending on how you have to manipulate it. So you don't want to ever throw anything away once you pull the stuff out of here until you're completely done. I mean, with it sanded and painted, all of that. I keep stuff, so in case I need to use them on other builds. Also, I might be repeating myself, but guys, make sure that when you pull this thing apart, you do it very easily and delicate, because you could break something and that will cause you to have to reconfigure the design. Okay, so here's my first problem that I've encountered. I don't know if you can see this or not. Right down in here where this finger is, there's some screws that are holding the top cocker apart. Now, how they put that together, I don't know, but I'm gonna have to figure it out because I have to get those screws out or I'm gonna tear this thing apart. I don't wanna do that. Okay, so it's being held by something else because as you can see, the top part will come off once you have it separated, but something has it binding. I have to figure out what that is. Okay, I found my issue, guys. So there's a screw that was behind this here slider that I did not see. So good thing that you go back over it, guys, before you pull it apart and you break it, because you can tear holes in it. And if you want to use some of these parts, they may be hard for you to use after you tear it up. So this part here, as you see, kind of is come apart without any issues because I finally got that screw. There's something up in here that's keeping it from coming apart, guys, and I don't want to tear that up because that's going to be essential to the build the way I want to keep it. So be patient. That's all I can tell you. So there it is, guys. What was binding it was just when you was pulling it apart up here in this area here, just binded it. So it was binding it, keeping it from coming apart. So guys, there was a total of 14 screws in it, one long. So now it's apart, guys, as you can see. So this side is simple, which is a good thing. So there's not going to be a whole lot that I think I have to do with this. We're going to set it aside for a minute. We'll see. And this is the more complex side, but I think once I get some of these elements removed, because these are the guts, you're going to pull these guts out, determine which guts you're going to be kept in or not. Like I know this trigger is not going to be kept, so that's coming out, or some of these other things, and then you start to see what you have to do. Okay, guys, so there it is, completely apart and gutted. One thing, guys, I say is hold on to stuff, because you never know when you're going to use it or how you're going to use it. So like this part right here, I know this was a plunger, I guess, for the air, for the Nerf projectiles. Don't need that. I know that I don't. But see, now this part that's surrounding it, depending on the gun or possibilities, I might be able to use it or may need it to hold the gun in place. Those are things that you have to think about. Okay, so let me get the pistol out and let's check something right quick. So like some of these components, like this here, I know that I'm gonna need this. I may not need the orange piece. Just depends on how it was held in. The back of this, I know I need this part because I have buttstock coming that I need this part for sure. Just a minute. Okay, guys, so this is gonna be a little trickier than the other gun, because the other gun did not have a blowback function, guys, whereas this one does. And you have to be careful, guys, because this is not a real firearm. So the springs inside of this are not as hefty. And so, you could damage this if you don't do it right, because when this blows back, if you don't have enough room inside, and if there's not enough room around it, it could cause this thing to malfunction, and you may not be able to use the gun. So one other thing, guys, you have to compensate for is that this is what is considered a full blowback pistol. So with the full blowback pistol, even though this is where the slide locks, the slide comes back another maybe 1/4 of an inch. So you have to be careful so that when you put this in here, the room that is between here and here has to be long enough so that it will compensate for this when it goes back. Because if this goes back and you don't have any room, it will start to possibly break this thing, maybe. That's just one of the things that I just have a understanding and thought of. I've watched a lot of videos, guys, on these things, how they operate, what can cause them to malfunction, and those are things that when you start to do things that are creative around them, you want to make sure that they're still, because you don't want to lose your pistol. At least I don't want to lose mine. So okay, guys, so I think that one's going to be it on this first part of the video. The first video that we're doing on this build in this first stage. So guys, thank you for coming to the video. I'm foregoing my intro this morning because I didn't have any coffee this morning, guys. My beverage of choice today, guys, is juice smoothie. So guys, get yourself a beverage of any kind that you that you like, or like say my preference is coffee, but your preference may be something else. And guys, with that, myself and Hip Shot, we are out.